Hey guys, welcome to the Royal Rumble prediction show of a Wrestling Corner podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kaz. I got some guys with me today. I got Kyle from the Apron Bump over here. He's in the house. Kyle, how's it going, man?
I'm good, man. Ready to rumble. Figured I'd be the one to
Ready to
say it. I figured
rumble.
somebody had to say it, right? But yeah, happy to be here as always with you boys. Let's get naked.
We got Jimmy in the house. Jimmy, what's up, my man?
Doing good, doing good. I would say, yeah, let's get naked, but I gotta wear this shirt that I won from the last time because I am the
There.
champion of predictions here on this show. So
You're
can't get
killing
too
me here,
naked.
Jimmy. You're killing me here. You're not winning this one. I'm taking this one home, man.
Watch me.
Whip or nene? I'm done. I canceled myself. Gee, how's it going, my man?
You expect me to follow that up? Thanks, pal. What up, everybody? How we doing out there? You guys ready to talk some Rumble? Let's ride. This is my favorite pay-per-view of the year, by the way. Sorry, PLE now.
Hell yeah.
PLE. More than WrestleMania, huh?
Yeah, obviously WrestleMania is the biggest, but the Royal Rumble just being what it is, so unique. It's always had a real special place to my heart. It's my favorite.
The Rumble's always a
Agreed.
special time of year, especially because it's the lead up to WrestleMania, the biggest spectacle in sports entertainment. But I feel like this one is going to be special. We've already had so many big names announce their entrance into the Rumble, just a couple days away. It's going to be such a fun time. Cena's last Rumble. It's going to be great. I'm very excited about this. But let's get started with some tag team action. We got the WWE tag team titles on the line. Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY. 2 out of 3 falls. This is going to be a fun one. We've seen the feud go at it. DIY turns heel about a month, two ago. Took the titles from Motor City. Motor City was on a huge streak since debuting, still killing it. So we're going to kick this off to Jimmy over here. Jimmy, who do we got in this match, and why do we think that's going to happen?
He's put me on the spot right out the gate. He's trying to ruffle my feathers, but it's not gonna work because DIY has to win this, in my opinion. Like it's just their match to lose. Um, or win, whatever, however you want to look at it. They're gonna be the victors here. I like the 2 out of 3 pinfall because of the way like these guys wrestle. It's going to be a showcase in the middle of the ring. Like they're going to put on a show. It allows Motor City Machine Guns to be on a prime spot to kind of like really have a moment for like in WWE. I like that they've really put a shine on Motor City Machine Guns. They didn't just kind of like put them in there and take them out. They've kept them pretty consistent. And to have him in there with DIY is just a perfect opponent for him. The Johnny Gargano connection has been nice. They've played into it. I just don't want to see Tommaso Ciampa lose Goldie already. He needs to hold that thing. Johnny Gargano can lose his. I don't care. But Ciampa needs to hold on to his. And I'm looking forward to the structure, how they're going to do the pinfalls. Are they going to have machine guns have to fight from behind? Are they going to have like? I'm just curious how they're going to do it. That's probably the most exciting part of this match. But I would be very, very surprised if DIY lost. I just
Do you
can't see
see
it
it
happening.
going to a 2-1 score?
Oh yeah, for sure. It'll definitely go 2-1. But the first pinfall is the most exciting to me because that'll tell me like how the story is going to go from there.
Absolutely, 100%. I like your take on it. Curious about how the other two go. I'm gonna go over to G here. G, who do we got and why?
So I also have to agree with Jimmy on this one. I think DIY has to win this match. For first and foremost, Matt, something you said with your lead into the match. They just won the titles about a month ago. I think it's probably a little too soon to take it off them. I think we milk a little bit more of this DIY MCMG feud. It's been awesome. Uh, again, Jimmy and I are thinking along the same lines. I think this is going to be one of them like show stealer type of matches. This is tailor made for these two and the things they can do, the creativity these two teams have. I think this is going to be one of the more fun matches we're going to see. And yeah, I think it's DIYs to lose. I just think they just got the titles. They're going to make the baby faces chase us a little bit more, get a few more PLE matches out of this before we see a title change.
No, I definitely respect that opinion 100%. Kyle, are we going to go something different here, or are we sticking with the DIY theme?
I wish I could go different, but I have to agree with these fellas. DIY, new characters, new kind of attitude, new music, like just a new presentation of this team. And I think it'd be silly to just cut it short as of right now, especially since the machine guns already had themselves a reign. I think you could at least you could stretch out DIY's reign a bit here. But yeah, dude, it's surreal to see this matchup happening at Royal Rumble as a lifelong TNA mark to see the machine guns in a marquee match at the Royal Rumble versus Gargano and Ciampa, no less. It's just awesome to see, and I agree it's going to be a show stealing match. 2 out of 3 falls too, so you know they're going to get time and they're going to create a good story in there. So really looking forward to this match. But yeah, DIY's got this, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I respect all your guys' opinions, but I'm going to take a route out of Jimmy's page here from a previous show where Jimmy did not want to go against his boy, Dirty Dom. Motor City Machine Guns have my heart here, and I can't go against my boys. So I got to go Motor City on this one. You look at it this way, since WrestleMania, the tag team titles really have not been fully defended on pay-per-view that often. Here we are, the biggest pay-per-view, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. First pay-per-view of 2025, really, because Saturday Night Main Event is on TV as well. So I don't really count that, but we're here. PLE, Royal Rumble, Motor City took that tag team division and rebuilt it to where it should be. I think when you focus around that, it's their time to take those titles back, and they're going to do some big things with those tag team titles. Like Jimmy said, I don't want to see Ciampa lose the title. I don't. I don't. Johnny, I love Johnny, but give him like an IC title. Give him a singles title. But Ciampa, never make him lose championships ever again. Motor City, though, is going to take the titles from them, in my opinion. I'm going to go a different route here. It's going to be a great match, though. It's going to be a spectacle. I think the 2 out of 3 falls for these two teams. You can't change that, and it's going to be perfect. I think it's going to be such a fun match. If this is the match that opens the show, it sets the tone for the rest of the show, and I think this is the way to go. Perfection at its finest. I think we're all going to be blown away, and this is going to be a match we talk about for ages. But we have 3 going DIY. Got me going Motor City.
Then nobody's surprised about that.
Nobody's surprised about it, man. Nobody. Gotta go Motor City all day.
If
Tidbit.
you would have said that DIY was going to win, Matt, I'd have probably just jumped out my window. That's like that would have been like your cry for help. Like, hey, if I ever got kidnapped and I had to tell you something was wrong without telling you, that would have been one of them cues for you.
If I voted against Motor City, 100%, we're all jumping out our windows. So I get it, 100%. But no, this is going to be a fun match. Another fun match we got coming, though, is this ladder match for the WWE Championship. This is going to be fantastic. Jimmy's boy is in this match, but we know Jimmy's thoughts on this match probably already. Mind readers right here. So we're going to go a different route first. We're going to go to Kyle. Kyle, who do we see in this match winning? What do we predict the outcome to be, and what do we see happens here going forward?
So this match it's kind of thrown me through a loop because, logic may dictate that, Cody is going to win. He's going to go to WrestleMania, defend the title. Of course he is. But, they've been planting seeds for a KO and Sammy feud. That doesn't necessarily have to be for the title, but it'd be pretty sick if it was. And it all depends on, who wins the Rumble, I think, is going to play here. There's the Chamber next month, which is in Canada, I believe, right? So you got to figure
Toronto.
Sammy's going to be a part of that and KO as well. So I think I'm overthinking. I'm going to go Cody just to be safe, but I would not be surprised if KO wins this. I know for a fact, though, I don't know how much Ring of Honor you guys have seen in the past, but I know for a fact this match is going to end with 2 ladders set up, a ladder in between, package pile driver through the ladder bridge. I don't know who does. It could be either one of these guys doing it to the other, but I know that's how this match is going to end. So I'm more confident in that than the winner. I'm going to say Cody, though.
100%. I definitely see it. And dude, if they do that, if they actually execute this, people are going to lose their fucking minds. No question about it.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I know you're anxious to talk about this one. So
My eyes are already starting to water up because Kyle brought it up. My dream for WrestleMania, like I have 2 dream matches that I like. I could die after that happened. I'd be happy. Like I'd be like life fulfilled. It's fine. And one of them is Sammy versus Kevin Owens for a world title at WrestleMania because it's my favorite feud of all time. I think it's one of the greatest feuds of all time. And to get there with the seeds they're planting that we were literally seeing before our eyes, is like this is a very real possibility. I think this is the first match Cody's had where you can't really tell that Cody's gonna win. I think there's been times where it's been like 70-30, 80-20, things like that. This is a 50-50 toss-up for me because I really think they could go the route of Kevin Owens winning here and taking the title into WrestleMania. Maybe as a, hey, we're sorry for that festival friendship mishap we had all them years ago. Here's our payback for that. And who better to do it with than the guy who, like, y'all's feud deserves this. So, and they've been teasing Sami Zayn not winning a world title too during this whole thing. Like, there's 2 sides to it, and they're playing them perfectly. It looks like that's where we're going. And because I'm such a mark for them, I can't not pick Kevin Owens here. I can't. I'll be very curious to see how Randy Orton plays into this, though, because there's no way he doesn't return for this match. How? And I don't know. And that's probably where I'm the most curious about.
Shit.
But Kevin Owens is winning this match. That's my.
Let me ask you a question here, though, Jimmy. Do we see a Sami Zayn run-in during this match, as we seen Kevin try to elude a week ago or 2 weeks ago on Raw?
I think it matters on the placement of the show. I don't think it happens if the Royal Rumble hasn't happened yet.
So if this happens first,
well, they're going to start with one Rumble and then end with the other.
Right.
And then the 2 matches will take place in between. So if the men's Rumble goes on first, I think it's possible, but I just don't know. I could not answer that question. I'd flip a coin, and here, I'll go ahead and do it now. Heads, Sammy interferes. And it's heads. So yeah, Sammy's going to interfere. There you go.
I think he definitely interferes. It's just who does he help? I think is the question.
Yeah. If he accidentally kicks KO and KO loses, I'm gonna cry.
I can see it happening. Gee, I seen you when I asked Jimmy that question. I seen you nodding your head over here. So I'm going to ask you, who do you choose in this match? Do we see a Sami Zayn run-in? What do you think's going to happen?
So before we go there, we're going to go old school John Cena prototype promo in reversal. We're going to go back to I was getting some real solid head bob vibing to the idea of a Sammy KO Mania for the WWE sickos, if you will. That would be so dope. Yeah, I'm with Jimmy on that. I think that would be is all the other Mania main event rumors we've heard, for us to get that, cooking.
And they need a redo of the 37 match because that didn't live up to the hype at all. So
yeah, people don't even remember that. Yeah.
No.
Well, you got Kevin Owens versus Sammy at Mania under a Triple H era.
Wasn't like Logan Paul the special guest referee for that or some stupid shit?
I think he came in afterwards or something. I was so disappointed because it was the first Mania I went to, and I was going to see Sammy and KO, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then I watched, I was like, what the? It was probably their worst WWE match. And I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking. So, G, we cut you off there a little bit. Sorry.
That's okay. No, all good.
Who do we got?
So, I just want to throw a little nugget out at you guys. Because, yes, I was very animated in my head bobbing and yesing to Sammy interfering. And I think he's going to interfere 100%. But I just want to point a little nugget out I've noticed lately. Sammy's wearing a lot of the color olive again. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. When was the last time he wore that like olive green, like army color?
Conspiracy theorist.
When he was a heel. When he was a conspiracy theorist.
Oh.
Just something I'm noticing, just putting the tea leaves together. So, once again, the worst thing you did, Matt, was have me follow Jimmy because he's got the same ideas I got too. This is the first title match going into this. This is exactly what I was thinking. This is the first title defense for Cody where I'm not like 95% sure he's winning. This one really is 50-50. The best way I can equate it, Matt and I are from the Chicagoland area. I'm a big Bears fan. It's like about 10, 15 years ago when the Bears would play the Packers and they had that dude that was pretty sweet at the time, prime Aaron Rodgers. He just come in and just destroy us every time. So that'll be one of those, if you were going to gamble on one of those games, your head told you, hey, put the money on the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, but your heart would be like, come on, Bears, we got this. Bears, let's go. So that's kind of where I'm at with this match. Like Kyle said, my head is telling me the logic, and if you follow what's probably the best thing money-wise for WrestleMania, it's probably Cody to win and carry the title into Mania and go on to feud with Punk or whomever. But this guy right here, the heart pumping, the big wrestling fan in me, come on, KO, this would be awesome. So my official pick is going to be Cody, but damn, I hope I'm wrong.
That's pretty much where I'm at too. I want Cody or Kevin to win, but man, I don't know. But does Cody need the title? I mean, this might play into the Rumble, but is John Cena versus Cody a match that doesn't need the title?
Or is Cody Randy Orton the way they go into Mania?
But how has Randy has to confront Kevin first, I think. I guess they could do that at the Chamber.
I think there could be a story around it. But then there's also the play where Rock said, whether you have that title or not next year, Cody, I'm coming for you. That's what he said at the Raw after Mania last year. So there's like so many different roads we have here.
Yeah,
like,
that's what makes
it no pun intended, right? Because his last name
that wasn't intended, and then I heard it and I was like, wow, that's pretty brilliant of me. But I won't take credit for it.
100%. Well, gee, so since you mentioned the olive thing, I think the whole thing is you got to do the Sami Zayn dance.
Absolutely not. No way.
There you go. Jimmy's got it. No, but I agree here. I think my heart wants the Kevin and Sami thing. I think realistically it's Cody. And there's a lot of more opportunities with Cody if they have not finalized what to do for the championship match yet at Mania compared to Kevin and Sami. You got one way with, if you put the title on Kevin, you got one match and it's Kevin versus Sami, and that's it. You got months to hype that up, and we'll see what happens. Cody has multiple opportunities. He's got Punk now after yesterday or Monday, depending on when this drops, because obviously. But we got the possibility of Punk and Cody. We got the possibility of Roman versus Cody. We got the possibility of Rock versus Cody. Fingers crossed, it's Cena versus Cody.
Roman, Rock, and Cody. That's another possibility.
Roman, Rock, and Cody.
There's a lot of possibilities with Cody with the title. Yes, I agree.
Yes, 100%. And I think with the way that this year is going to go, because I believe this is the turnabout year for WWE with everything happening with Netflix, John Cena's retirement tour, everything going on. I think this is going to be the biggest year in WWE in the longest time. And I think the way you do it is keeping the title on Cody. He's been their main guy for the last couple of years since he returned. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I know. I'm very disappointed in myself, too, because as much as I love Cody, I love Kevin a little bit more. But I think this is what's going to happen, and I think it's going to be Cody. And I think it's because Sami accidentally screws Kevin. I'm just going to say that. It's heartbreaking.
I agree.
But I think that's what's going to happen.
I'm going to cry.
But all in all, the first two matches here, tag team, WWE Championship, they're going to both be bangers, one after another. They're both going to be absolutely incredible. And I love the fact that they're not throwing like 3 or 4 regular matches on top of the Rumble. They have 2 matches, 2 Rumble matches, and it's just going to be an awesome show. And I think these 2 matches are the way to go. With that being said, the whole speculation of the Royal Rumble is the actual Rumble matches and who's going to be there, who's going to show up, who's going to be a surprise entrant, who's going to win their shot at the championship at Mania. We're going to kick this off with the Women's Rumble match. I want to hear your guys' prediction. I want to hear one surprise entrant who you think is going to show up And we're going to start with G on this one.
All right. So since I'm first, I'm gonna take the layup here. I think our surprise is gonna be Jordan Grace. I know, guys, I really went out on a limb here.
Wait a
Easy,
second.
easy. Hold
Is this a
on.
surprise at this point?
No, to actually make a little more of a bold prediction, if you will. One thing I think would be cool was we saw Alundra Blaze on Raw this past week, and they even showed the footage. I was a little surprised that they actually had the cojones, if you will, to show her
Yeah,
putting the title in the trash on Netflix. I was like, ooh, okay.
that was dope.
Yeah, maybe it'd be kind of cool to have her back in the Rumble one time.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Or
Just
maybe
for
she
like a little
defends the
spot.
title
Yeah, she looked a little, yeah, defend the title.
because she's still the champion. She never lost the belt.
There you go.
Allegedly.
Facts.
Long-term
They don't
booking.
even need a shot at Mania if they win. They just get the championship.
There you go. Book it.
There you
100%.
go.
So we're going with the surprise entrant here, Jordan Grace or Alundra Blaze. But who do we predict wins the whole women's rumble?
So I'm gonna go a little out of left field, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are thinking. This one, the women's one is always one of the harder ones for me to call, especially when it's not blatantly obvious because they can pivot it like that with some of the women's division. They really can. But I'm gonna call the winner is gonna be a returning Charlotte Flair going to WrestleMania. And I think we get Charlotte Rhea 2.
3.
Good match.
3,
would
I'm
not-
sorry, 3, yes.
Would be a banger because they fought for the NXT title and then they fought for the women's championship.
Yep.
So this
Yeah.
would be 3. And I think it's
But what
gonna
about
be.
maybe Tiffy? Char
Yeah.
Tiff? I think that'd be the way to go.
I think
That could
that
be
would
pretty cool too.
give Tiffany a win there. That'd be fantastic. So
Mm.
we're going with the
It's
winner.
not
That
gonna
doesn't work for me,
Charlotte-
brother.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Flair enough. There you go.
We're having fun.
Gee, so we're going Charlotte Flair as the winner. We're going Jordan
Yes.
Grace or Alundra Blaze as the surprise entrant. Jimmy, who we feeling?
All right. So for surprise, I'm gonna go. Trish Stratus hasn't been in a Royal Rumble, has she?
She was
think
in
we-
the first one, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say she shows up in this one since Elimination Chambers in Toronto. It's a good way to just kind of bring her onto the show and ride into that because she'll definitely. I think she's already been announced as like a host for the show or something like that. So I think Trish shows up in this year's Royal Rumble. As far as the winner, since he said Charlotte's my like 1A, one of my 1A, 1B selections, I'll go ahead and pick my other one. So I'm different. Bianca Belair. Because it's another one of those matches that I'm trying to put into the universe, and I have been for years. I think Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley just needs to happen. It hasn't happened, and that's a shame. Because if you ever
It
had
hasn't happened yet?
no, never happened. And the fact that, in my opinion, this is an Austin Rock level feud for the women. Like, it doesn't get any bigger than these two.
Agreed.
And the window's closing. It's closing very quick. So Rhea, I feel like, is kind of reaching her peak, and Bianca she's not on the way down, but she's closer to the downside of her career than she is the peak at this point. So I think you have to just pull the trigger on it now. And so I think Bianca Belair. And since she didn't win the Royal Rumble in front of a crowd, I think, again, give that to her. I think she deserves it. She's been a stud for them. So
Yeah, I mean, she's been the focal point of the women's division for such a long time, and like you said, I mean, not winning in front of a crowd and just completely catapulting your career after that during the pandemic and everything like that. This might be her chance.
yeah, and another thing is if you want to have the women main event and you don't want to be like force it, just be like, hey, we're gonna put the women in the main event just so we can say we put the women in the main event. This is a match you don't have to do that. Like, it is a main event match. You can main event over 99% of the matches you create for night one. So I
100%.
you gotta pull the trigger on it at this point. You got to. I'm just fingers crossed at this point.
I can see it. And that is a match that, we should see hopefully sometime soon. So we got Bianca as the winner. We got Trish as the surprise entrant. Curious what Kyle's thoughts are.
Me too. I still don't know. I'm between three. Charlotte was one of them, so I'm not going to go with that just for the sake of this. Um, I'm between Io Sky and Jordan Grace winning. I could see Jordan showing up and just straight winning
Oh,
and then facing Rhea.
That'd
Just
be
fuck it. Don't need NXT.
that would
Jordan
rule.
Grace. But I think Io might be the more realistic option. They have done little teases of Io and Rhea on Raw. Maybe nothing really to look too much into, but they've had little stare downs here and there. And I don't think because that is that a match that's happened?
it
Not like
happened
a
in NXT, I think.
Yeah.
right.
I'm
So
not sure if it was a one-on-one though, because I know they did the triple threat with Charlotte.
I don't think it was. I think it was a multi-women match.
Yeah, it was
right,
Charlotte, Rhea, and Io. So I don't know if it's one-on-one has ever happened.
man. Yeah, I'm gonna go Io. I think it'd be a fun match, and I'm always down for more Io on my television. I think Jordan Grace. They might do an NXT run with her. I think she definitely shows up in the Rumble.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you want another, I guess surprise pick maybe for just an entrance, I think maybe we see the return of Carmella in the Rumble. Assuming she's not pregnant again. I haven't really been keeping up with her, but
I would
I know
not
she's
be
just had
mad at
health
that though.
concerns.
I miss
yeah.
Carmella.
Yeah, like nerve damage or something like that from the pregnancy, I think.
Yeah.
So
She can get over it. Put some ice on it.
hey, I'm hoping the same.
Ice your cooter, toots, and get in that ring. But yeah, that's all I got.
I would love to see a Carmella return. I think that's hopefully happening in the cards here soon. Io is a good choice. I think her time's coming to win the Rumble. I don't think it's this year. Um, I'm actually choosing the same winner as one of you guys, and that is my main man G. I wrote this down earlier. I believe it is going to be Charlotte Flair, 100%. With rumors speculating that it's possible Charlotte faces Tiffany at Mania that I've seen a couple times here and there, um, I would love to see that match. I think putting the Rockets to Tiffany and having her beat one of the all-time best women's wrestlers at WrestleMania, defending her championship, makes her a star even bigger than she already is. So I think that's going to be the winner of the women's Rumble match. I'm going Charlotte. My surprise entrant is going to be a TNA knockout. She is the Knockouts champion, Masha Slamovich.
That's a good one.
I think with the TNA and WWE stuff going around in the last couple of years, we've seen the TNA Women's or Knockouts champion crossover, do the Rumble match, and I think it was Jordan 2 years in a row. I think this marks number three, and I think we get Masha Slamovich in this Rumble. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping we see at least a couple TNA women wrestlers in this match. Jordan Grace said she would love to see it happen where we get multiple. But I think Masha is going to be your pick. I think she can hang with the best of them, and I think that this is where she deserves to be too. So that's definitely going to be my surprise pick for this match. But I think the women's, with only having half their entrants listed already, just a couple days away from the Royal Rumble, I think we're in for a few surprises here, and
I,
I
I
can't wait. Who knows? Maybe we're all right. Fingers crossed.
I think another
Uh,
TNA woman to look forward being there is Ash by Elegance. I can definitely see her being in there.
I miss
Yeah,
Dana.
me too.
I
Yeah.
miss Dana. She was so awesome. People did not respect her enough, though. I'll tell you that much. Breaks my heart.
Yeah. Jimmy,
Oh man,
who was your surprise pick again?
who's
Trish.
Trish. Okay, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, because
I can
I
give you
just wanted,
two. I know you
I
guys
say
did
because I have
two.
a second one too.
I was gonna say
I have
Alexa
another
Bliss
one.
is if we're doing two, I'll do Alexa Bliss too. I think
Okay.
all the rumor blah 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 things are BS. Alexa
Yeah.
Bliss at 100%.
I don't know if Kyle chose a second one. I think me and Kyle just went one and done.
I'm gonna go Shaniqua. I think she makes her return.
Nice.
Yeah, with the
Is she
Bashams maybe in tow.
is she gonna come with the whip?
Was she gonna not come with the whip? It's just gonna be Shaniqua with no whip? You're being stupid, Matt. Come on.
I
You're
know.
being
I'm
silly.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well,
Come
if
on.
we're all choosing two, I'm gonna go Zaya Brookside just for shits and giggles. Just
Good
because I
say.
think she's young and I think getting her in there and getting her in a role like that just kind of like push her for years to come. People would be like, "Oh, who's this? Oh, Brookside. Okay, okay, let's put two and two together." We'll see what happens. But I'm just gonna shit out a name and we'll see what happens. Um,
So hold
I
on. I
think
would like to make one additional one if possible. Since, come on, Jordan Grace, Mike, really? That's a layup. What are you doing?
That's
Let's
not
get
a
outside the
surprise
box a little
anymore.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
he said
exactly.
that's not a surprise.
Um, I don't know if you guys caught this, but Nikki Bella was at Raw in LA, obviously at the premiere. But somebody, I don't know if it was on Twitter, but I caught this. She went back and forth with somebody, I think it might have been on Instagram, about her being there. And her comment was like something along the lines of scouting my competition, question
Yeah.
mark. And I've heard the rumors that they kind of been talking back and forth. So I'm actually going to take my second one as Nikki Bella.
It's a good one. My fiance would love that easily.
My
Oh,
wife
Big
would love
Nikki
that too.
Bella
She's a
fan.
big Bella's gal.
Big Bella's gal.
Total Bellas. She watched the whole series.
So did mine. So I get it
So did I.
100%.
It's a good show. Okay. Come
Oof.
on.
Oh, fair. Whatever, Kyle. No, I think Nikki's a good choice, and with Chelsea saying she wants to go through a lot of the old former divas and just have matches for her championship, I think Nikki's a good way to start. And I
Good
think
call.
coming back at the Rumble and just having a little run afterwards, I think is absolutely fantastic. So I would love to see her return, shake them hips. Oh shit.
Whoa.
My bad. Speaking of Rumbles though,
He's
we're
wet.
gonna go to the men's one. John Cena's farewell Royal Rumble. This is heartbreaking,
Whew.
guys. I'm very upset about this. But we're gonna go with Kyle on this one. We're gonna see who Kyle
Oh.
chooses as his surprise entrant, his men winner,
I was
and
hoping I
we'll
would
just
go
see.
last.
Me too.
It's like when you're ordering food and you don't know what you want. You know what? I'm gonna go John Cena. I think he wins it. I think it's kind of a safe pick, but I don't know, man. I think because he hasn't won a match in a while, and he made a point of saying that. So this could be his way of gaining that credibility back instantly, but then coming up short at WrestleMania, maybe against Big Daddy Gunther. And I think that's the story we go with. So I think Cena wins this one.
John Cena. Do we got any surprise entrants?
Probably somebody from TNA, maybe a Josh Alexander. Hmm?
Good
You know,
choice. Good
I think
choice.
he's not with
I
TNA anymore,
love that
but I,
pick.
I I think Josh Alexander would be a good shout. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think Josh Alexander, I think if not mistaken, he just ended his independence and stuff too. And I think Josh Alexander signing with WWE, this might be, and he's not signed. I don't want people to think, listening that I just said he's signed. He's
I'm
not.
gonna source you.
Um, I'm gonna source you. But I do think that that's his go calling spot is WWE. I think he's gonna end up there one way or another. And if you're going to debut him, he does not need to go to NXT. He's made a name for himself so long. He's a very safe worker, knows what he's doing inside that ring. I think this is the perfect spot to debut him and just have him on the main roster going forward. It's a good choice right there for a surprise entrant, 100%. I know Jimmy wants some time to ponder, but G, who we got here is your men's winner,
Ooh.
surprise entrant. What we got going on?
All right. So to touch, I do think John Cena has got to be like the overwhelming favorite and probably the right choice, probably the safe pick. But I have one little nugget. Now, disclaimer. Every time I've said this on the show so far, I maybe have been wrong. So maybe it's going to hit this time. It's too obvious. Every time I say it's too obvious, so I think that's when they're going to swerve. They haven't swerved yet. So I'm due to be right one of these times. A broken clock's right twice a day. It's got to happen. So I think Cena is a little too obvious. I think they make him milk it a little more, the number 17 title reign. I don't know what's bigger for him to do it than WrestleMania, but who knows? Maybe we milk it to SummerSlam or something like that. But I think the man that's gonna win the Royal Rumble this year, the men's Rumble. Matt, you're wearing his t-shirt. I'm going with Chicago's own Punker. Um, So I don't know how if you guys are listening to Busted Open every once in a while or not, but they interviewed, I don't remember if it was Bully or Dreamer, but one of them made this point. If you think that CM Punk signed back with WWE and didn't work it out in his contract that he's going to main event one of these WrestleManias coming up pretty quick here within the first couple of years, I think you're crazy. I think this is when we get it, and I would love to see Cody Punk for the title. I think Monday those promos were electric at the end. I think we saw enough foreshadowing there that if that's our long-term goal to get there, there's enough other little storyline stuff interwoven that it could still be interesting and fresh enough to get us from now through Mania. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my boy Punk.
Any
Surprise
surprise?
entrance. What's that?
I said any surprise entrance.
All right, for surprise entrance, a guy that's been a little active on the social medias lately, talking about beating people up and this, that, whatever, talking
Ryback?
about showing up in Atlanta. Well, that's all the time.
Imagine.
Yeah. And it's him and Punk, the last two. Could you only imagine?
Jesus. Punk's not making it to Mania.
It's
He's
going to be a shoot
Yeah.
there, brother.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Career ending right on PLE, brother. But all seriousness, Mr. Big Papa Pump himself, Scott Steiner's been talking some ish on the socials lately. Let's see a run. Let's see a. I
What?
know I'm nowhere near his size, but let's see one of those. Let's see some Steiner math one last time.
Him
I'd
and Braun
pop.
go at it?
Yeah, that'd be
I'd
cool.
pop so big.
Push-up contest, middle of the
That
ring.
would be so dope.
Give him an open
Yeah,
mic
yeah.
on Monday on Netflix the next night too.
Guest
That'd be so
commentator.
great.
Scary. Jimmy, your thoughts? Are they done? Are they done brewing?
So I'm just gonna pick different. This is the most unpredictable. I've said this a few times over the years, but I really feel like this is the most unpredictable men's Royal Rumble I've ever took part in, as far as being a fan and actually watching it during the time. And there's just so many different paths we can go here, and it's just so hard to pinpoint. And originally I wanted to do Sami Zayn because I was like, Kevin Owens is going to win the title and Sami Zayn is going to win the Royal Rumble. And then but I'm like, if the men's Royal Rumble goes on last, I don't know how you can have Sami Zayn win it and not have a lot of disappointment, because it's not Roman and it's not Punk and it's not Cena. So I'm looking at heel. And based on what we saw on Monday, I can't believe I'm even about to say this. I think Logan Paul has a real opportunity to win the Royal Rumble. And I say this because earlier today they announced him versus Jake Paul. That's going to take place a month prior to Mania, and it's on Netflix. What better way to kind of help promote outside people to your show? Hey, there's Logan Paul. You throw Gunther in the front row. They're polar opposites. This is a sacred ring, and Logan Paul is the exact opposite of whatever sacred in that ring is. I think I can't believe I'm saying this. I hate it so much.
Jimmy, you got me and G hating you right now.
But I'm just saying,
it
realistically,
because it makes so much sense.
I kinda like it.
If you don't want, because again, there's gonna be disappointment because there's so many baby faces that we're rooting for. Logan Paul wins it, you're gonna get the reaction you want. And man, I hate that I'm saying it, I really do. But just based on percentages, I think he has the highest percentage in my view. Where he's at 10 and everyone else is at 8. It's a very small margin, but
It's not crazy. I don't think it's
Logan Paul.
It's not outside the box.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody.
I didn't think about it. I thought they might have done just a title match at the Rumble, him and Gunther, but man.
Yeah. But I think the boxing match today getting announced, I think kind of really sold it for me, because it's great promotion. The last boxing match, one of the Pauls had 80 million people watching. So, hey, Logan Paul wins that, shoots on Gunther. They show Gunther, you got eyes on your show. That's big. So,
and if I remember correctly, Netflix had a little something to do with that boxing match too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just it's
And Jake will,
preposterously brilliant is
yeah,
what that would
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Big money
Unfortunately,
right there. 100%.
unfortunately, I want
That would
Gunther and
be
Cena so bad. I want it so bad, almost as much as I want KO and Sammy. But I just feel like Logan Paul is gonna get it.
well, that's one of the reasons it hit me so hard in the gut. It was like, just like you said, Jimmy, this is one of those rumbles where you don't really know who's gonna win. It's such a toss up because there's so many good stories they could tell. But if they decide to go, none of them, and that's the route we go,
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
very
sorry.
scary route, but it is possible.
I'm
Very,
sorry.
very possible.
And I'm sure the internet would be fine with it too. Probably no no upset people online if
No,
Logan
they'll
Paul
be
won the
so
Rumble. Yeah.
they'll be ready
Yeah.
to go. They'll start selling out them
100%.
WrestleMania tickets because they'll be all on board for that match.
Oh,
Oh.
100%. I
Um,
see that 100%.
my surprise, Matt Cardona, because it's just about damn time. I'm tired of waiting for it. It's time.
Hell yes.
Yes.
I've been waiting for it for a while. He should have never got released. I'm sorry. But you know what? Here's the thing. That release was a blessing for
Best thing that
him.
ever happened to him.
Best thing to ever
Yeah.
happen to him. And I think he's been what, the indie wrestler of the year the last
3 years in
three
a row.
years.
Yeah.
3 years.
The Queen of the United
Insane.
States is going to make sure it happens. So
Insane. And it's so crazy that that's the case. And it's funny because I just mentioned this to G the other day, but my sick head was because I was sick. Not that I'm disgusting. Um, but my sick clouded mind was not allowing me to elaborate on what I wanted to say. But if you watched Friday SmackDown, Piper Niven said, "We need better security detail." You've seen Chelsea team up with Cardona on the side on Independence. You know, obviously they're together, married, whatever. Cardona just showed up in AEW, just showed up in TNA. Those might have been his last calling cards, and he might be going back. There's a big possibility there. I'm hoping now is the time because he's killed it the last few years.
I'll say this: I don't think he comes back and is signed with WWE. I just don't think that ever gets to happen because of his other business ventures. It's just conflict of interest with WWE and their people. But I definitely see him coming in and being in the Rumble. I just, it's time. Like, what are we waiting for?
I would love it. I would love a Cardona appearance, even if it is just a one-off, just to see him.
Yeah,
I think WWE now where they're at with different business ventures and doing all these things and having people bring their stuff in with Logan Paul with Prime and people bringing their shit in with them. I think it's not out of the realm of possibility for Cardona to still do his stuff on the side and still be signed to WWE.
I think it's his toy company that prevents it though, because of Mattel. I think that's
Fair.
where the conflict of interest would be because it is a rival. They both sell wrestling figures, so that would be the only hangup. If they could find a way around it, awesome. Put Matt Cardona on TV. I would love it. Been waiting for it, but just a
Yeah.
one-off. I please, please.
I'm ready. I'm
Give me one.
always ready.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I'm not hating. I think these picks are fantastic. Um, I, I hate doing this because I piggybacked
Uh,
off of G for the women's here. I'm gonna piggyback off of Kyle for the men's. I'm
Mm.
going Cena as the winner. I think this is the year of Cena. I think this is the year that he becomes a Grand Slam champion and also somehow wins his 17th World Championship. I see the way this plays out for Cena. He wins the Rumble, wins the title at Mania, loses the world title at SummerSlam. His last match that he has this year forever is for the IC Championship. Wins it. The next it becomes vacant. You have a tournament for that title, and then you have a brand new champion. I think doing something like that to capitalize on how special of a career John Cena has had fantastic. I think that's the best way to go. And I will call it right now that that's exactly how it's going to play out.
So the only monkey wrench I'll throw in that is that I think that's kind of the story they're telling with Sheamus right now. Is that the
So,
IC title is the only thing that he hasn't won. I don't
so
think
here's how
he'll.
you do it. Here's how
But
you do it.
who's had a better illustrious career between Sheamus and John Cena. Who do you see everywhere? Who's been the marquee of that company for years?
Well, I think
Cena.
Cena's the 17th time is Cena's goal, whereas Grand
Yes.
Slam is Sheamus's goal.
And you want to know how I would do that? Since you want to put the IC title on one of them, I'd make it a triple threat, and it's both their last matches. Only one of them can win it.
That's kind
Only
of fun.
one of them becomes the
You're a
Grand
sick
Slam.
individual, sir.
I love
No,
heat. I love heat.
The only
And-
thing I was thinking when I saw you getting all excited was he's got a way that now Logan Paul's going to win the IC title too. That's the only thing that can happen here.
No, I would have Dom win it before I had Logan Paul win it.
There you
I hate
go.
myself for even picking Logan Paul.
Next year's WrestleMania main event, Dom
Man.
versus Logan.
Dirty Dom versus everybody. No, we don't do that. Dirty Dom just is going to win all the titles and become the next Ultimo Dragon. Anyway,
He's already better than him.
Right, 100%. Of course, the best masked wrestler of all
He's the best
time, and he
luchador of all
doesn't even
time.
hear one. 100%. I think the surprise entrant is the guy we all wish we could say his name and he'll just appear. I'm going Joe Hendry.
That's
I
like the
think
Jordan
Joe
Grace
Hendry
pick, Matt.
Shows up.
I'd
You
be
said
surprised if
what?
he wasn't. I'd be surprised if he wasn't in the Rumble.
Yeah.
That's a Jordan Grace level pick.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing, though. In the last couple years, when we've had the TNA Women's Champion or Knockouts Champion come in, no TNA men have showed up. This is the time to do it. And how do you capitalize on doing TNA is make their biggest stars show up in one of the biggest PLEs in WWE.
Monty Brown. I agree. I agree.
Thank you so much.
Oh, man.
I'm going to
my
go
head
Sonny
hurt.
Siaki, actually.
That makes my
Sonny
head hurt
Siaki.
more than Logan Paul winning is seeing Joe Hendry.
Hey, you know what? Don't judge my Joe Hendry and rub your temples, okay?
I don't believe in Joe Hendry.
Just let Joe win. Joe wins the Rumble and has all the titles.
Frog quit watching WWE forever.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Dirty Dom is there. You can't do it. All right. So we have the 4 matches here. We've had our predictions. Now, in case of a tiebreaker, we've done this before. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna go runtime. How long do we think in matches this show goes? We're gonna go with G first.
Oh, the total show. When we talked earlier, I thought you meant just the men's rumble, but that's okay.
Or are we talking like bell to bell time?
Bell
in-ring
to bell time. In-ring
In-ring.
time.
Oh, the total in-ring time of the show. I'm gonna guess about a 3-hour show.
Yeah, I think it might end up being 4, honestly.
Okay.
I don't quote me on that. I'm not trying to get in your head. I do think it might be 4 because the fact that the Rumble matches themselves are like 2 hours, and you know they love doing video package stuff. So
Yeah, and ads and all that
Or
stuff.
you're gonna go next and go, psych you bitch. I know it was 3 hours.
I've got it right
Gaslit you.
here.
Because once it
Yeah.
goes pen to paper, that's locked. G's
Yeah.
screwed. Jimmy's just
Yeah,
screwing everybody.
we can't
can
edit
look
this
it
or
up
anything.
real quick.
No, I'm kidding. You're probably right. That does make a lot of sense when you think about it. Both Rumble matches usually, hovering right around an hour each, and then you got the other 2 matches. Cody and KO are going to get some time, and I'm sure 2 out of 3 falls isn't going to be a 10-minute match. So, well, maybe it's 3.5. So I'm going to go total in-ring time, considering that there's 2 Royal Rumbles. I'm going to go 2 hours and 52 minutes.
Dude, no fucking way.
If you
That's
said
pretty
that,
bad.
G, I literally have that written down for myself.
How much?
Exactly 2 hours and 52 minutes. No fucking way.
Mine was
God.
pretty close. You're within like 5 minutes of what I had.
you guys just want to all go buy a lottery ticket together then, or what?
Yeah.
Kyle, what are we thinking?
I'll just stick with my original. I'm gonna go 2 hours 47 minutes.
Honestly, crazy as you just said that, I actually had 47 and I scratched it for 52.
Man, we're just
So
all
I
in the
hate
same.
both of
Yeah.
you right now.
We're synced
Jimmy,
up.
those were my only 2 choices, so whatever you choose is probably not the same as me. So what do we got, Jimmy? What are we thinking?
At first I thought he said 3 hours and 52 minutes. It's like, I really hope he's not basing that off what I just told him. I felt like an asshole.
There's going to be no video
Oh.
packages.
The 252 is very close to mine, so I'll just stick with mine. 2 hours, 54 minutes and 37 seconds
I
Whoa.
hate you.
in a row.
He said, and seconds. Down to the millisecond. Give us that too.
Yeah, how many frames is it going to be?
Right. We're all pretty close here, though. Even keel, about 2 hour, 50 minute mark. This is going to be a fun show. I'm very excited. But what we've done in the past is we've had the winner win a WWE shirt from WWE Shop. Jimmy's got bragging rights as he is our most recent champion. So,
Hell yeah.
Jimmy, you get a choice of a
I
t-shirt.
agree.
What
All
shirt are
right.
we going to go with if we
So
win?
since last time they didn't have my Dirty Dom shirt and I had to change it up, and for whatever reason, the WWE Shop has horrible Chelsea green selection. I'm going to try Dominic Mysterio again, and I'm going to go with the Live and Dirty shirt. I checked sizes today, and as of right now, they have my size. So there's no problems.
On Sunday, removed.
That's what happened last time. So if it happens, Matt, we're going to have problems.
I'm sorry. I'll contact WWE Shop directly.
Yes, please do. But I gotta get and if they don't have the Live and Dom shirt, if for whatever reason, I've already picked up a backup, and I'm gonna go with the Latino cheat shirt. I'm getting a Dominic Mysterio shirt one way or another. I gotta
We're
add to the
getting
collection. Gotta add to the collection.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100. Jimmy, I'd be very disappointed if you didn't. 100%. Kyle, before the show, we did talk, and you did tell me your shirt, but for the live audience, let's tell them what shirt we're choosing and which, why?
Yeah,
Why?
man. Just a classic old ECW t-shirt, the gray one with the red font. I got WWF shirts. I got WCW shirts. I ain't got no ECW shirts. And all my wrestling shirts are black, or most of them are. So be a little change of pace and something you can kind of wear in public too, kind of incognito a little bit. And it's neat. It's neat and tidy and bloody, as per ECW. So
As per ECW, you can't go wrong with some blood. Got to go
yeah, it's
some
a
blood.
little blood.
Little blood. Just get some red specks on it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Staying simple, ECW style. G, which shirt did we choose?
So this is one I kind of went back and forth and had some issues with. But here's what I ultimately decided on. You know, I got a 2-year-old little girl here at the house now, and I don't know if I got enough pink in my wardrobe anymore. Kind of like Kyle said, I got a bunch of black wrestling t-shirts, so I'm gonna go based on a little activity I got her to do last week Monday when I got her to do the. So I'm gonna go with
Nice.
the pink main event Jay Uso
I almost went
for
with
my
that one. He has
t-shirt.
some good shirts, Jay does. He has a couple
He
good
does.
shirts.
The other one that I thought
No
was
yeet.
awesome, where it's just the yeet, and it's not the white one. They got like a black like 500 level shirt with it's just his head, and it's
Right,
got the
right, right.
sunglasses. Yeah, that one's sick.
I agree.
I like these shirt choices. Like G said, though, I did go a little back and forth for mine. For 20 years, I've never owned a John Cena shirt, and I thought about that for the first time ever getting one. And when I opened up WWE Shop, there it was, the red Samoan Werewolf t-shirt. And I just said, fuck this, I've got to buy it. So if I do win, somehow, some way, Jacob Fatu is coming home to daddy.
Or whatever wolves do.
You calling yourself daddy was worse than the
Don't call
Logan
myself
Paul pick.
dad.
I gotta tell
There's
you
only
that.
one daddy, and his name is Dom. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, my bad. Dirty Daddy. There you go.
Dirty Daddy Dominic
Dirty.
Mysterio.
Dirty Daddy. No, I gotta go Jacob Fatu on that shirt though, man. Jacob Fatu has had what, two shirts now, and they're both very simple, but they're both badass. And I thought about Penta too, but Penta's brand new, just got there. We're gonna have some new ones coming out right around the corner here, so I'll hold off until Mania season. But Jacob Fatu, good shirt choice. But for some reason, I'm very scared Jimmy's about to pull this off 2 in a row. And I don't like this idea. So we got to win, guys. We got to win. One of us got to win. But
Mike
this is going
can't
to be a
win
good
because
show.
he's picking the pink yeet shirt. He's already disqualified.
Well, that's
Whoa.
exactly why I'm gonna win now.
Yeah.
That's
Real
not
men
very
wear
yeet of
pink,
you.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna
No
anonymously
meat.
find your address, Jimmy. And if Logan Paul wins this Royal Rumble, I'm sending you 10 of them shirts. Just all the
Bring it.
yeets.
I'm
Hey,
sending you these
hey.
hands.
My daughter loves Jey Uso, so I'll just give them to her.
There you go. Like, you
There
ever
you
see that
go.
where you could go online and send somebody like a little bag of dicks or whatever? I'm just gonna send you a bag of yeets.
I got a story I can tell you after we go off air about that.
About bag of dicks?
Nah,
Oh, can't
better,
wait.
better.
He
Oh,
said
that
better than a
was
bag of dicks. Oh shit.
sorry, fellas.
Better.
I'm
Can't wait to
definitely
hear
feeling
this.
like I just opened Pandora's box on that one.
We did.
Yeah,
So
it's full
before
of
this gets
dicks.
a little chaotic, this is going to be a good show, guys. I'm very excited about this Rumble. This Rumble is going to be probably way different than it has been in years. I feel like this is a fresh start for WWE, and I feel like this is the way to kick it off. Nobody knows what's going to happen. There's no main person who could win this. We got anywhere from Cena to Punk to Logan Paul winning. We got Io to Bianca to Charlotte Flair winning. This is crazy. It's going to be fucking chaotic. So I'm very excited to see what happens here going into WrestleMania season. But till next show, guys, we got Kyle from the Apron Bump. We got Jimmy Bay Bay. We got G Money in the house. Matt Kaz here, host of the Wrestling Corner podcast, saying see you guys next time.
Toodles.
Peace.